got Stan Van Gundy calling in, the Pistons head coach, who's a busy man. And we know he's got a busy schedule, and Stan joins us now. You know, you're president and coach, so you got very little time, right?
No, I've still got time because I've got good people working, actually taking care of business. So I've got time. I've got time to do things. But it is busy. I'm in Chicago now, heading up to try to take a look at some of these prospects.
All right, this is the NBA Combine, but can you really tell anything from an NBA Combine?
You know, I probably shouldn't say this. I'll probably upset some people, but no, because look, they're gonna do the measurements on guys, and some of that's important. You know, just like at the NFL Combine, but you know, the skill workouts and things like that can be of some value. But basketball is a game of decisions, and the decision makers, guys who know when to shoot, when to pass. Those are the guys who become great players, and we can't see any of that here. The real advantage is that your people get a chance to sit down and talk to these guys in interviews. I think that is very valuable and important. But the way they've watered it down over the years, the stuff on the court, I don't think is very valuable. But you still have to watch it.
Do you have a problem with the attitude you see from a player? If he's cocky or confident, is that a turnoff to you?
Well, the problem right now with all of that, like some guys refuse to work out and everything else, but I think you got to be careful making judgments on guys because of those decisions, because right now those are business decisions being driven by their agent, and you have to understand that these kids are going through it the first time. They're relying on their agents. Their agents tell them, you know, it's not worthwhile for them to work out and things. I think you just have to pass that by. In interviews, I think you do get a chance. Nothing wrong with confident or even cocky, but it's a matter of some of the other traits maybe that you get a chance to see in guys. You know, talking about work ethic, how they approach that, get an idea of how unselfish they are, how much they appreciate teammates. I think the interviews are very, very valuable.
Stan Van Gundy, the Detroit Pistons head coach and president, joining us. Dan Patrick Show. Clear something up, Stan. Were you offered the Golden State job?
No, I was not.
Did you talk to Golden State?
Not. Yes, I did. I did talk to them, but this was the job in Detroit that I was focused on from the minute I met Tom Gores and his partner at Platinum Equity, Mark Barnhill. We met for 6.5 hours, a little less than 2 weeks ago, and I was impressed with him, his vision, our philosophies, what we believe in terms of organizational structure. We're all very similar. I was sold on his passion to turn things around and his commitment. And from that point on, this was the job I was focused on.
How important is it to stay visible, to be out there in the media? Like a lot of head coaches in waiting, and you were able to do this, that people know who you are, they hear you, they see you when an opportunity comes up. That factor in it all.
Oh, yeah, I think it helps. I mean, I didn't, do it for that reason because I haven't been out of it that long. But I think if you look at the history of hirings, it's certainly fair to say, Dan, I mean, you hit it right on the head. The guys who are visible. I mean, that's why the broadcasters' names always come up. Steve Kerr,
yeah.
He's never coached, but he's out there. You get to hear him speak intelligently about the game. There's no question that helps.
With that in mind, will your brother coach again?
I don't know. I think he's in the exact same situation I was in, and I missed the coaching, but I was only going to take something that I thought was a great situation because quite honestly, I think there's a lot of bad jobs in the NBA right now where there's a disconnect between coaches and the front office, and I just didn't want to be in that situation. I was only going to take a great job, and I think Jeff's the same way. If the right situation came around where he really felt aligned with ownership, I think he would do it. I'm not sure he would say that, but I think he would. But those are very hard to find, and I was very fortunate to have this opportunity.
What's tougher, coaching or not coaching?
Coaching. Yeah, not coaching is not really that tough because I went undefeated for 2 years. So I missed a lot of things about it. But, there's nothing that feels better than a great win, but there's nothing that feels worse than a tough loss. So, it's tougher coaching.
Before I let you go, the importance of having a big man in today's NBA game is what?
Well, I think it's essential. I think it really helps you, and especially when it can be a quality big like Andre Drummond, young guy, cornerstone of your franchise. And then we've got Greg Monroe, who's a young, restricted free agent also. There's very few teams who even get one talented big guy, and we have two. So that's our greatest asset right now is having those two guys up front.
Congrats on getting the job, Stan, and thanks for your contributions to our show. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Dan.
All right, Stan Van Gundy. He's the Detroit Pistons' new head coach and president.